Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about some positions or jobs that I was in my younger years that I probably overstayed, should have quit because it didn't serve me. It was not what I was about. It did not resonate with my values. It went completely against it and I probably should have left. And in hindsight, the reasons why I stayed on these jobs that did not serve me, who I am, were, multifold. Some of them were related to salary, some of them were related to actually my self confidence, trust in myself, or believing that I was not worth better. So I am sharing these because I truly believe that everyone has the opportunity to do things that they want to do, what is valuable to them or what resonates with their kind of person. And we should not be forced into a certain hole because for whatever reason, that people come up with. So I am sharing these based on my personal experience, and I hope that by the end of this video that you can learn one or two things that you can apply to your current position or share to somebody else who might also be struggling. So I have some notes in front of me here, so I will refer to it. And I have four reasons or things that were not in alignment with my values. And because I allowed it to fester, I stayed in those positions too long, it made me unhappy. You could say detrimental to my motivation, my career in some instances. But I wouldn't know that because I never made the change, so I don't know what could have been if I had made the change. So let's dive into these things. You could call it reasons as well. So the first thing is misalignment with my personal values. And in one of my jobs, position that I held, I now feel that I was forced to compromise my values. I am the kind of person, I like honesty, transparency, very easy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so you know what I am saying before I actually say it. And work-life balance is so important for me. I am very good at serving. I am very good at giving. So when I am in a good space, it's very easy. And I do have my last position, which I would say was 80-90% very healthy for me. So I know what is good. And that is why I'm able to look back and see, okay, that was not a good position to have held for so long. So let's get back to this misalignment with my core values. There was one of the roles that I was in, and I would say that the culture in the company was very toxic because I was forced into a position to lie a little bit. Let me explain. I was in production, and the culture is such that if you made a mistake and you owned up to it, you were penalized. So people would generally, when you make a mistake, you then don't own up, and that could be very bad for an organization. And when I say penalize, it's not just about highlighting it in front of everyone when you make a mistake. The other aspect as well was that when it came to performance review, these things were brought up. They were brought up and it was kind of like a strike against your name. So when you see that happening, what I started to do, which everyone else was doing, was that we would not own up to when things went wrong. If we're the cause of it, we wouldn't own up. And for me, that was against the kind of person that I am because I went into protection mode. I want to protect me. I do not want to be fired. I don't want to be publicly humiliated because of this mistake that is very normal. It's almost like human mistake were not allowed. Now, I'm talking about many, many years ago. Of course, now certain things are automated. It wouldn't be the same. So there's less opportunity for human error to occur. But that's what happened to me at the time. And I would say that that kind of position left me with a very low esteem. I did not trust myself when it came to decision making. When I got into a situation where I could make decisions, I was fearful of making decisions because I didn't want to do it wrong, because the fingers would be pointing at me and I would be regarded as a poor performer. So this is not good for you as a person, because we spend a good 3/4 of our daytime in our work environment. So being in a position where you are not motivated, you have a low self-esteem, you are not happy, you are having to lie to protect yourself, you are fearful looking behind you, is not ideal. Definitely, I should have quit way before I did. The second one is stagnation in professional growth. And I am sure that you have also been through this as well. I have a personal experience that I was stuck in a role where other people were getting promoted and I was not getting the promotion. I felt that I was doing well enough, and you do watch your peers to see what they are doing. I felt that I was doing good enough, and I would work extra time. I would take work home. So I thought that I was working smart, but actually I was working too hard and not smart. And when you don't have the support system like YouTube to share and tell you what you should do in your job, or what is good or what is healthy, is very difficult to know what you should do well. And if you're in a job where you are not getting recognized, we all go to work for a salary at the end of the day, and we all want to know that we are doing well. Certainly me, I had my 9 to 5 to pay my bills, to have a personal investment, buy a house, buy properties, start my business, pay for my children's school fees. So there's a reason why I went to work. So if I am not growing, then my salary is not growing. So of course, I want to be recognized for the value that I bring to an organization. And when I was not seeing this, I believe now that by staying too long in that role, I am sure that I missed opportunities that were better for me, healthier for me, that gave me more, that would have given me more of a chance to grow. Because you see, the thing is, now I realize when you're in these kind of jobs where it is not serving you, you are so closed off from reality, from what is possible, because you're trying to fix things. And that's the worst position to be in. So I think it's very difficult in these kind of situations where you're trying to fight and struggle to get recognized. It's very difficult to step back and see what other potentials are out there for you. So if you are in this kind of situation where you have been in a job for 5 years, 10 years, you are not getting recognized, you haven't had a promotion, my dear, I think it's time to quit that job, because every single one of us is unique and have the ability to do so much better than where we put ourselves. So that's number 2. So the third one, I think, is a biggie. I think that staying in a position that negatively impacts on your physical and mental health is really, really bad. And I was in a job like this, let's say about 10 years ago. I was overworked. I was overworked. I would take work home. I would take work when I go on holiday. Take your mobile phone when you didn't have your laptop with you everywhere you went, in an effort to stay up to date, to answer questions, to prove that you are working. And for me, this culture was not healthy at all for me. But because I was in that position, I actually saw one of my colleagues go through a burnout, and it can be scary because nobody believes that you are you are going through burnout. Nobody believes you. All people see is that you are not performing, you're not doing good enough. And I remember this particular colleague, she was out for almost a year. She came back, she tried to come back, but it just didn't work. She then basically left altogether because the environment was not conducive for her. She just couldn't do it. And for me, staying in that kind of environment where I was just living to work is so tough to be in. And because I was living to work, I could not get any opportunity to take care of myself. So my health suffered. My mental health, well, that was just in a whole different puddle of wasteland. I don't know why I said that, but it's so difficult to lift yourself up when you're in this situation because you're trying to swim and the water is dark. If you are in this position where you are working so much, you are struggling to take care of yourself, you're taking work home, you are just struggling constantly, please, if you are watching this video, it's so critical, important for you to make a change. You owe it to yourself to do better for yourself. Your health needs it, your mind needs it, your mental health needs it, your body needs it. Don't allow yourself to accept a position or be in a job that is just negatively impacting your mental health, your health in general. It's so not worth it. There's so many companies in the world where you can work and feel good, and the culture is a match for the kind of person that you are. You have a better work-life balance. Yes, I wouldn't say that you don't get to work harder and smarter or any of those things. Of course, there are times when you have to put in the work, but it is safer. It is a safer environment where you can be yourself and be safe and still do the work that you need to do. So don't allow yourself to be in this situation because burnout is real. Suffering mentally is real. And the thing is, once my colleague left, nobody cared. So nobody's going to pursue you to check on how you are doing. All they want to know is, when are you coming back to work? And as soon as you come back, you need to be 100% immediately. It is not a safe, a healthy situation to be in if you are in a job that negatively impacts your mental health or physical health. Don't do it. Take care of yourself, be kind to yourself. And then finally, probably the topic that most people quit for is financial. They can do better financially, so they quit. For me, I have been in a couple of jobs where it was not meeting my financial needs. And I know that this is from one major thing. When I accepted jobs that were below my salary expectation, because I was out of work for a long time and I just needed to work. So I needed to work, so I let my guard down. I did not allow myself to think through properly whether the financial package was suitable for me. I accepted jobs that were not meeting my financial needs. And what happens then is that I wasn't happy. After the probation period, I wasn't happy. And like I said earlier, the main reason why we work a 9 to 5 is to get paid. So of course you want to get paid more money. You want to do well so that you are recognized and you get promoted, or you just get bonuses and you get more money. But when you're starting at a very low level and you still have to do the work, because the job description is the same, you have to do the work. It is so painful. After the probational period, you are working hard, but you know that you're not getting paid your worth. So a job that is not meeting your financial needs or your financial expectation is not one to keep. It is not worth it. And this is why I believe also, if you have a side hustle, then one, it can give you something else to do, but it actually, I think it boosts your confidence if you have something extra, as opposed to just that one job that you need out of desperation. You are accepting a salary that is just not meeting your experience, your financial needs. You are just taking it because you are desperate and you don't have anything else. So these are four type of issues I encountered in my former roles, that now that I can sit back and reflect and think differently, I should not have accepted those positions. I should not have stayed as long as I did. I should have taken a leap of faith. Yeah, just done something, because I know that when you take care of yourself, you are going to do much better. Leaving a job that doesn't serve you can be difficult because you think that this job is all it. But I think we owe it to ourselves to make the right decisions at the right time. And if you don't know whether now is the right time, just think about the pros and cons. Take a piece of paper and say, what is the pros for this position and what are the cons? If the cons outweigh the pros, it's time to go. And there are companies where you can bring yourself the value and you get rewarded for it. You owe it to yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself that you know what is good and you can do better. Don't allow the situation that you are in to dictate your here and now or your future. Take the right decision for yourself, and then until next time, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out all my videos down below and let me know what you think. Until next time, bye-bye.